All right, guys, we are going to check on the hives. I actually let it go for 19 days now, which isn't normal, but it was either bad weather or I was out of town, and it seemed like the bees were healthy and moving along. I kind of wish I checked them a little more, but I also am kind of leaning towards a little more hands-off approach. But the one on the right out there with the two boxes has a brood box and then a honey super on top. I put that honey super on June 2nd, 21, and that was about 27 days, not 21 days. And now June 21st, today, it's been 46 days from the placement of the nuke on May 5th. And then the one on the left, which only has a brood box, was a package of bees, unlike the nuke. The package of bees placed on May 17th, and last time I checked it, about 3 of the 7 frames were undeveloped. So I'm guessing, I'm a little nervous that they might have gotten cramped in there and I might need to place a second box here soon. So on this one, I think I'm gonna do the double brood box. This one do the single brood box, just to experiment and learn. And this one's at 34 days with placement on the 17th. So I think I did the math right there. But we'll go out there. I don't have anybody to help me, so we'll just have to see what we can do. Okay, with my smoker, I learned this trick of cutting 2-inch cardboard strips out. Everybody has boxes coming constantly. Now I cut them up into 2-inch strips, and then I'm gonna roll it and take that roll and place it down in there, flat side up. So it'll just be rolled like a cinnamon roll. And I'll get that going and it will smolder, and then on top of that I'll put wood chips. I bought a bag of wood chips at Tractor Supply for like nothing. I think it was like $8 for this whole bag. And I'll put those in on top, and that's been really good for me for smoking. All right, so the bees are, you can see my smoker going. It's really nice with that cardboard and the wood chips. It just smolders really well. The bees are super active on both hives, but it's a nice day and I really need to check this. But they're being much more aggressive. Like before I put my bonnet on even, I had one pelting me in the head and I didn't even do anything. So a little nervous, no gloves. And I went with just this hat and bonnet. Instead of the jacket, I bought this. So technically they could probably crawl up in here and sting me, but we'll see how that goes too. I'm gonna set this here. Hopefully you can watch everything that happens. I'm gonna give them a little bit of smoke. So you can see a few bees up on top there. I'll set that there. Give them a little bit of smoke here. You can see they've got this sealed on here. You see that? Old dead bee. Old dead bee. I'm looking for the queen just in case. She's not marked, and remember last time I had trouble seeing her. They've got honey in this propolis here, so, or this comb that they've built on here. So I'm gonna try and hold this up here so you can see all that. See what they're doing there. I don't see anybody that looks like the queen. So I'm gonna set this down here for now. Probably too much smoke, but I'm still learning. So I'm going to start checking frames here. I think I'm going to start on the outside. And I don't see much action on that frame. I thought they would have the frames in by now. I'll leave this out, give me some space. This frame also has nothing on it, so I'm going to put that back in. But then from here on, it looks like there's really good activity. A ton of comb work. So you can see that. A lot of comb work, but I don't see any. There's a lot of capped honey around the top, like they're getting ready to lay in there, but I can't tell if there's eggs in there or not. But they're definitely prepping that frame for egg laying. See all the capped honey across the top. So we'll put that back in. Give them another smoke here. That frame has a ton of honey and a ton of capped brood on it. And that has a ton of honey and then capped brood across the middle. The bees are starting to get upset at me. But you can see that. See all that capped brood in the middle? And then capped honey all the way around. So they're working hard and doing their job. And the queen's got to be in there laying somewhere. I don't want to take too much time. I just don't feel skilled enough to identify her easily. I dropped that frame a little bit, and I think I agitated them. So I am going to start scraping off this extra stuff. Putting it here. That's another ton of comb across the bottom. Ton of brood, a lot of brood, and in the middle, and then honey across the top. Very active hive. They're doing their jobs. Built all this up in just a month's time, or 30-something days time, 34 days. I don't know if I should take this stuff off the bottom or not, but it has a lot of cells and stuff in there, drone cells especially, so I'm gonna leave it for now. but I think I will take this stuff off the top. Now look at all that comb on the bottom there. Looks like there's a big old larva on the bottom. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not, or if that's like some type of moth in there. I'm a little nervous about that. You can see this big larva here. It just doesn't, ooh, just dropped on the ground. Oh, there it is. I just don't know if that's some type of, it doesn't look like a bee thing. So that makes me a little bit nervous. I saw a couple of those. But again, very productive frames. A lot of brood across the middle. And this one doesn't have as much capped honey. It's more in the corners. Drone cells, those big heavy drone cells up top and in the middle that are dome shaped. Drone cells on the bottom. I'm glancing around for a queen, but I am not like actively looking for her just because I just don't know exactly what she would look like. And I don't want to spend a ton of time. Those big combs on the bottom are throwing me off a bit. Lots of cells, lots of honey around the edges there. Capped honey, capped brood in the middle. Same thing on this side, a lot of capped honey, capped brood in the middle. I see pupa in there, or larva. Bees getting ready to jump out. Ton of capped brood on this. Honey. I'm a little nervous because I think I see queen cells there and one's domed, or nope, looking to see if anything's in that queen cell. Nothing. But I think right there, see if I can hold this without dropping it. I don't know if that's a queen cell or just a drone cell right there. Definitely looks like a queen cell, but I don't see anything in it. Again, looking for the queen, but not spending a lot of time. Ton of work on this side too, so this hive's looking really good. Bees are getting kind of feisty with me. They're starting to build out comb on this side barely, and then a lot of comb over here. And then this last frame out here is empty. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got about 3 empty frames, which makes me a little bit nervous. I'm gonna take this off the top here, just to clean it up. Keep this hive clean. And then drop this empty frame back down. I think one of these frames might be warped because it's tighter than I would think it would be. I'm a little nervous. I've got 1, 2, 3 empty frames. I'm a little nervous about putting that brood box on top, but I'm leaning towards going ahead and doing it. Just feels like there's enough empty frame though that I've got 1, 2, 3 empty, and then half of this one, and half of this one. So 6 frames full, and I've got 6 frames full and 4 empty essentially. I'm just not sure if I should put that brood box on or not. I think I'm gonna wait and ask somebody on that. Hopefully that's okay. I'm gonna scrape all this off. So I cleaned off all that comb. There's some propolis here. That's where they go grab that stuff, that resin type stuff, and bring it back, and they start sealing edges around hives and stuff. It's really stains anything it touches, basically, clothing wise. So. But this hive looks healthy, so I'm happy about that. Just gonna close it up for now. And I might come back out and throw this. I might throw this second brood box here on at some point, but I want to ask somebody, is 4 empty frames, should I let them keep working on that or not? So, I'm nervous about getting into this one, but I think I'm just gonna check it. Sorry about that. I'm trying to film without any help. So. See what you can see. All right, let's get into this one. I like that cardboard and the wood chips in the smoker there. It's really effective. No bees on here. Some bees up there. It's so breezy, it's hard to get the smoke to go down in there. I'm not seeing any work on this upper honey super. There's a bunch of bees in here, but maybe. Pull one out of the middle here. I don't see any comb work being done either. But there's a good amount of bees in there. See in there? There's a good amount of bees. I have the queen excluder on so she doesn't come up to lay brood in here. We just want this to be honey. Oh, there we go. I think I see a little bit of work. Nope, still nothing. Nothing on there. Nothing on there either. I don't know what they're up to. So this has been on there 19 days and there's just no work being done up here. So I'm not sure. That bee's getting after me. Hang on, I'm gonna get some smoke. Come on, leave me alone. Definitely more feisty than they've been in the past, but just no work being done in there. Nothing on any of these frames. Really weird. So I'm not sure if I should open the one in the bottom. Man, there's a ton of bees in there. A lot of bees here starting to work. Seem really docile. A lot of bees here starting to work, but almost just kind of hanging out. So I'm not sure what's going on there. 19 days with that honey super and no real work. Making sure you can see still. Okay, so I think I want to get down into this hive, but I'm not sure. I think I will pry it off and just see what's going on. Even though these bees are getting upset, especially this guy. They just won't leave me. Uh-oh, I think my smoke went out. Can't see if there's smoke or not. Yeah, there's some. I think I'll at least take a peek down in there and see what's going on. So you can see all these bees up here. Oh. I think I just agitated all of them that I popped up there. They don't like those sudden bursts. I'm a little nervous my hands are going to get stung because they seem upset today. Not super upset, but just enough that it's making me nervous. Just trying to clean up all this stuff here. This is the hive that has a warped frame in it. It has that old chocolatey covered stuff in here. I want to clean this up, but I don't want to hurt the bees. I think there's a bee on my back. I just felt it land. So you can see down in this hive, it looks like all the frames are being worked and filled, and that's why I'm just surprised that they're not working up in this honey super yet. Maybe we're just to that point where they're about to go. But let's go ahead and open this up and just see what we see. All right. I'm a little nervous about lack of smoke here. I almost think I need to go get more. Yeah. I think my cardboard went out too quick. I'm gonna get some smoke. I'm gonna press pause on this. All right, I got some more smoke. It's probably dumb to leave the hive open like that, but I didn't know what else to do. So live and learn. So I'm gonna just start pulling frames. They're still working on this one. Lots of good honey on that, as you can see. Starting to build comb on that one. Trying to this big heavy frame. This was an existing frame from before that came with the nuke. Put it on the outside edge. Lots of honey and nectar in there. Nothing on this side. Well, there's some capped honey. Let's get into these center frames. Whew, lots of honey in there. Lots of capped honey. See, they're storing this honey down in there. Capped honey there. center frames are super heavy. Big old drone in there. Lots of capped honey. Lots of honey. Looking for the queen. She's marked in this. Lots of drones in there. Whole bunch of drones. It's a heavy frame. Really heavy frame. So this is the frame I'd expect to see a bunch of brood on. So I do see a whole bunch of brood on both sides of this frame. Capped brood. Again, a lot of drones. Weird comb down at the bottom there. Looking for the queen. My memory is she had a blue dot. Capped brood here. Don't see the queen at the moment. Capped brood there. Again, I don't see the queen at the moment. Lots and lots of drones. Capped brood. Don't see a queen at the moment. Capped brood on this side. Don't see a queen at the moment. See those 3 cells down at the bottom there that are big? They look like queen cells. They're crawling in and out of one on the bottom. But I can't tell what that means. Frame that's warped. It's hard to pull out. Capped brood on this. Looks like a bunch of... See, I can't tell what's queen cells and what's not, but you can see down there, right in the bottom middle, those downward facing queen cells. I don't know if those are queen cells or what. Looking for the queen. Lots of honey, capped brood on this one too, so the brood is expanding. Haven't spotted the queen yet. She is marked, but I just don't see her yet. There's that one almost got me. Super heavy frame. Lots of honey on this. Lots of honey on that too. This frame is just loaded with honey. You got two big heavy frames loaded with honey in here and lots of brood. That's loaded with honey too. Super heavy with honey. I mean, it's heavy to lift. You can smell it too. Really strong, potent smell. This hive is hard to put the frames in because I've got one warped frame, but it's got so much stuff on it now. I don't know what to do with it, but it's hard to get all the frames in. I mean, they're just wedged in there super tight. All right. I'm gonna put this queen excluder back on. Just lay it down soft. Come on, guys, get out of there. I'm just gonna put this back on, but because those frames in that nuke are really solidly filled. It seems like they'd be up in here storing honey by now, but maybe that takes off over the next month or so. So we'll see. Put it all back together and let them keep working. Okay, sorry about that. So nuke check, package of bees check. They're progressing. In my mind, I thought, oh, this honey super will have honey in it by now, at least some, but nothing going in that honey super after 19 days sitting on there. Maybe I put it on there too early, but they have filled out all but one frame in there in the bottom. So they're working hard. And this one is about 6.5 out of 10 frames full in the package. So I'm gonna hold off on putting the second brood box on there. But I think things are looking good. I see brood. I didn't spot the queen in either one, but I've seen this one before, and eggs are being laid and brood is there, so they're obviously in there. So anyway, looks good. Thanks for jumping in and joining. No stings, and I really like this. That jacket was super hot, so bleh, especially now that it's getting warm into third week of June.